When you hear the word camp, what pops into your head? For most of us, it's a place, right? Cabins, maybe a lake, a big forest. But what if that very idea that camp has to be a specific location is actually holding it back? Today, we're going to look at a concept that just completely flips that idea on its head. It's called Camp Duffel, and as you'll see, it's not a place.
All right, so let's just dive right into the first big idea we have to wrap our heads around. How can a camp even exist without a physical place? This is the absolute core of the Camp Duffel model, and it's what makes it such a game changer.
No, seriously, just think about that for a second. If you take away the location, the buildings, all the property, what's left? What is the real essence of camp? Is it the activities, the friendships, the lessons you learn? Answering that question is the key to unlocking this entire thing.
And here is the answer, and it is so powerful because it's so simple. Camp Duffel's whole argument is that the magic of camp isn't tied to real estate. It's all about the experience, the relationships, and the training. It's a strategy that you can literally pack up and deploy anywhere in the world.
So what does that actually look like? Well, think of Camp Duffel as a mobile ministry. They team up with local churches and give them everything they need, the curriculum, the expert volunteers, and all the gear to run their very own camps right in their own communities. It doesn't matter if it's a parking lot, a city park, or on top of a mountain.
So, you might be asking, why go to all this trouble? Why create a portable camp in the first place? What problem does this actually solve? Well, this whole strategy was born out of a critical need they saw in communities all over: a leadership gap.
In all their work with local churches, the founders kept running into one challenge over and over again, one that stood out above everything else: a serious lack of trained, confident leaders who can really mentor and guide young people effectively. And you know, that leadership gap, it creates this ripple effect. You've got pastors working multiple jobs who just need tools that are effective and easy to use. You've got kids in cities who might never, ever get that classic out-in-nature camp experience. And at the heart of it, churches are just looking for better ways to build those deep, meaningful relationships that can truly change a young person's life.
Okay, so we've got the problem, this lack of leaders, and we've got the big idea, a portable camp. But what does that strategy actually look like on the ground? Let's unpack this strategy in a bag and see how all the pieces fit together.
It's really built on these three fundamental pillars. A simple way to think about them is the how, the who, and the what. Together, these three things create a complete, self-contained system for running an amazing camp. Let's break each one down.
First, you've got the how. The training manual is basically the brain of the whole operation. It's this comprehensive, step-by-step guide. And this isn't just a book of games either. It's a serious tool for leadership development, teaching local counselors real practical skills in ministry and discipleship. Next up is the who. This is a team of experienced volunteers, and they're called Duffelers. They travel to the partner church, but, and this is so important, they are not there to run the show. Their main job is to mentor and train the local church's own counselors, giving them hands-on support and modeling what great leadership looks like. And finally, we get to the what. This is where the name comes from. The duffel bags are quite literally a camp in a bag. They come packed with 4 full days of materials for all kinds of activities. You've got skill-based stuff like archery and juggling, competitive sports, team-building challenges, and of course, the Bible study curriculum. It is everything you need, ready to go. Now, this brings us to a really crucial part of the whole strategy, the end goal. See, this model isn't about creating dependency. The entire system is designed with one single purpose in mind: to empower the local church so much that eventually they don't need Camp Duffel anymore. And they have a clear path to get there. It's a structured 5-year partnership. It starts in year 1 with the church just hosting a team. By year 2, they're sending their own people to go train. Through years 3 and 4, you see that local ministry just gets stronger and stronger, until by year 5, boom, the church is running the whole program all by themselves. It's a real roadmap to autonomy.
You know, the best way to see the results of this is through the people. Take Maylee, for instance. She went through the entire pipeline. She started as a camper, became a counselor, then a duffler, and eventually ended up leading her own duffel team. It just shows you how the system builds leaders from the ground up.
And it's not just about creating leaders inside the program. Then you have a story like Eric's. He used his experience to become a camp director for much larger events, taking the skills he learned and multiplying that impact way beyond just a single camp. This empowerment is the whole point.
Lucre, one of the volunteer trainers, just nails it. She says the most exciting part is seeing local team members grow so much that they can take full responsibility for an entire camp. It's that cycle of leadership coming full circle.
So how does a mission like this, with teams traveling all over and bags full of equipment, actually stay afloat? What does it take to keep this whole strategy on the move?
Well, just to give you an idea of the scale, a typical circuit, as they call it, involves one team of about 12 volunteers serving around 5 different churches in a single season. You can think of it like a focused, high-impact tour designed to reach as many people as possible.
So what does it cost to run one of these circuits for 5 churches? This breakdown is fascinating. The actual gear and activities, that's about $2,000. Travel is just under $2,500. But look at this. The biggest investments are in people. Over $5,000 for team training and another $5,000 for the staff coordination that makes the whole thing run. It really shows you that the model prioritizes investing in well-trained leaders, not physical buildings. In the end, it all comes back to this one simple, urgent truth. The whole strategy, the portability, the training, the 5-year plan, it's all driven by this belief that the window to make a difference in a young person's life is so precious and so short. It really leaves you with one last thought. If you can pack the life-changing experience of camp into a duffel bag, what are the limits to where it can go?